This video is covering 7v7 formations and concepts and ideas. There is lots of variety you can utilize here at this level because you have players. The formation you're seeing in front of you is one I like the most, 3-1-2. So three backs, one midfielder, and two forwards. The reason why I like this is that it creates more challenge for the players and more for them to develop and understand. So that's why I personally like this formation the best. However, there's lots of variations, but let's talk through this one first, and I'll show you probably the second most popular option after this. So as you can see, I have my build out lines for 7v7 on the field, and then I've added some lines here horizontally just to show you that, ideally in a formation, you're trying to fill in the three zones, lanes, channels on the field with players so that you can spread your field out and cover the most of the field as possible. In soccer, shapes such as triangles and diamonds are super important because we ultimately want to be able to pass around players. So you can see that I'm trying to pass around the third player. Getting a shape of a triangle will help me to do that, or a diamond. So you'll see that everything is connected in a triangle in this play, and there's little triangles here, right? It's basically trying to create triangles so you can pass the ball around that space. Um, What I like about this formation is that it spreads out the back, so it makes you defensively sound and allows you to build out of the back so they connect your passes, hopefully, to go into the offensive side of the ball. Additionally, depending on where the ball is on the field, it teaches players movement. So let's say that your left back or your defender here has the ball. What you got to coach here is that then this player needs to come over more towards the ball to help out, or possibly even go all the way to the sideline to help out. This player needs to get wide to create a pass, and this player needs to come into the secondary lane so there's not two lanes in between them so that they can stay connected as this ball moves through our passes and connects up the field. So I like it because of the nature of this movement that it creates. Additionally, as they push up the field with the ball, you might find yourself in a position that looks something like this. On the midfielders kind of stay in the box. You get three near the box or in the box, and then your outside backs are basically trying to push up to the build out line. So let's say the ball's up here. In your defense, and then you still have a player deep, and then goalkeeper hopefully will come to the top of the box to play cover behind them and run out and kick the ball if they need to. And what this allows is that you can still see we have that shape of a triangle here. See, triangle, triangle, and we actually have a diamond where we can do a safety pass or a back pass to try to reconnect. But this gets your defenders into the offensive zone and doesn't keep them out of the play. And it teaches the defenders to push up the field and how they can join the attack. So for this reason, I like that formation a lot. It's my preferred formation or some sort of variation of it because it forces movement to fill the lanes. The most other common one that you can run is just a 2-2-2, so two backs, two midfielders, and two forwards. With this formation, the issue with it doesn't get any width, right? Everybody's got to move together. So if the ball is on this side of the field again, what everyone's got to understand is they all got to shift in, shift over, shift wide for the midfielders, shift over, shift central, shift over. Um, it means midfielder here doesn't have to work as hard because you can still see that we can still create our triangles and our diamonds in this space if they understand their movements. See all the triangles and diamonds on the field. And it means the midfielders don't have to work quite as hard. But what it doesn't allow then is as they move up the field into the attack, it means that your back defenders are going to probably stay out of the play more. Put the ball up here somewhere because they need to still cover back a little bit without they don't have as much width to cover. So it'll end up something like this. Goalkeeper still push up, but it won't try to give you basically you got a square here almost instead of a triangle. So I like triangles move around defenders easier than a square because when a square is happening, let's say they want to pass here, it's much easier for this player to read that pass and get to it. Whereas if this player is at an angle, it's much more difficult for even if the player reads it centrally and they were perfectly in the center to get to the space where they can actually break up the pass. So that's why I prefer the other formation. But with that said, do what's best for your team as far as what works. But these would be the two formations I would recommend at 7v7.